Recent earthquakes are making people ask one frightening question. Is the Ring of Fire becoming more active? Japan, Indonesia, Vanuatu, the Philippines, California, and now Venezuela. It feels like the Earth is shaking in more places, more often, and with more violence. But what is really happening? The Ring of Fire is a massive horseshoe-shaped zone around the Pacific Ocean. It contains many of Earth's active volcanoes and produces around 90% of the world's earthquakes. But it is not one single crack. It is a chain of dangerous plate boundaries, where giant pieces of Earth are constantly moving, colliding, sliding, and sinking beneath each other. In July 2025, a massive magnitude 8.8 earthquake struck off Kamchatka, Russia. It was one of the strongest earthquakes recorded in modern history. Before the main shock, there was a magnitude 7.4 foreshock. After the main shock, thousands of aftershocks followed. Some were stronger than magnitude 6. Some reached magnitude 7 and above. The quake also triggered tsunami alerts across the Pacific. Shortly after, volcanoes in Kamchatka showed major activity, including the historic eruption of Krasheninnikov volcano. This does not mean every earthquake causes a volcano to erupt, but it shows how dangerous a region can become when earthquake and volcanic systems are already under stress. Then came 2026. In March, a magnitude 7.3 earthquake struck Vanuatu, a Pacific island nation sitting directly on the Ring of Fire. Because it was deep, the tsunami threat was lower, but the shaking reminded the Pacific that island nations live close to powerful tectonic forces. In April, a magnitude 7.3 to 7.4 earthquake struck North Maluku, Indonesia, one of the most complex tectonic zones on Earth. Hundreds of structures were damaged or destroyed, and more than 1,000 aftershocks were recorded. Later in April, Japan was shaken by a magnitude 7.5 earthquake off the Sanriku coast near Iwate, close to the Japan Trench, where the Pacific Plate dives beneath northern Japan. When strong earthquakes happen in many places close together, people naturally feel that Earth is becoming more violent. But scientists are careful. They do not say the entire Ring of Fire is cracking open at once. Distant earthquakes are not always directly connected. Each region has its own faults, pressure, and history. But the worrying fact is this: many dangerous zones are active at the same time, and many communities live near faults, volcanoes, and tsunami-prone coastlines. Then Venezuela was hit by powerful twin earthquakes. Venezuela is not part of the classic Pacific Ring of Fire, but the disaster shocked the world because it showed how quickly a seismic event can become a humanitarian crisis. Buildings collapsed, hospitals were overwhelmed, families slept outside because of aftershocks. Rescue teams searched through rubble. Power outages, damaged infrastructure, fear, and uncertainty made the disaster worse. Even outside the Ring of Fire, earthquakes can destroy lives when communities are not ready. The danger is not only earthquakes. Across the Ring of Fire, active volcanoes sit near islands, oceans, ports, villages, airports, and coastal cities. Some are on islands, some are underwater, some sit close to millions of people. An eruption can begin with little warning. Ash can shut down airports, lava can destroy homes, toxic gases can poison the air, mud flows can bury towns, and underwater eruptions or volcanic landslides can trigger dangerous local tsunamis. The earthquake itself may last only seconds, but the aftermath can last months or years. A major undersea earthquake can trigger a tsunami. A tsunami can reach coastal towns faster than people expect. Ports can shut down. Hospitals can lose power. Roads and bridges can fail. Food, fuel, water, and medicine can become difficult to access. If a volcano erupts, ashfall can contaminate drinking water, damage crops, collapse roofs, stop flights, and turn daylight into darkness. Sometimes the real crisis begins after the shaking stops. There is also another danger: panic. When fear spreads, people rush to stores. Food disappears from shelves. Fuel runs low. Medicine becomes harder to find. Roads become jammed. Families fight over necessities. We saw this during the early days of COVID, when fear alone disrupted daily life. Now imagine that panic after a major earthquake, tsunami warning, or volcanic eruption. Power may already be down, roads may already be damaged, hospitals may already be overloaded. If panic takes over, society becomes even harder to protect. The message is not to live in fear. The message is to stop taking safety for granted. Just because nothing happened yesterday does not mean nothing can happen tomorrow. The Ring of Fire has always been moving. Volcanoes have always been active. Fault lines have always been storing pressure. Most days life feels normal, but Earth is never completely still. The Ring of Fire is not a reason to panic. It is a reason to prepare. Because the real danger is not only the ground shaking, it is being unprepared when it does. So stay aware, prepare early, protect your family, help your neighbors, and face uncertainty with love and compassion for all humankind.